So, hi, good evening to all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So, shall we start today's session?
Yes, ma'am. Let's continue the second part of SDGs.
Ma'am,
Yes,
good
yes,
evening,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good evening,
yes,
everybody.
yes, good
Yes, ma'am.
evening.
Thank
Okay,
you. All the best.
so
We were eagerly waiting for the second part.
I'm glad to hear this. Yeah, so we'll start the session. Before we start the session, let me introduce myself again. So I'm Sai Chandana from the head office branch of Next Education. I am working as the subject lead of biology as a subject matter expert. So, coming to the session, which was discontinued last time. So, it was about teaching science for a sustainable future, linking SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, to the classroom. So, I'll give a gist to you that what has happened in the previous session so that we can smoothly move on to the today's session. So we have started with what is sustainable development and what are sustainable development goals, how was it launched and who started it, which all countries have actually, ratified to it, and what are the global challenges which this SDGs generally address. And we have also seen why is SDG needed, and we have also seen that how it has been included in the school curriculum, how we as belonging to this education community, how we can actually include SDGs into our curriculum. And what are the I mean, how is the historical evolution of SDGs has gone through from 2000 to 2020. As you can see that it has started with Millennium Development Goals and later came on to SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, and slowly and gradually it was taken up by our Ministry of Human Resources Development, which is now Ministry of Education, and then it was later on included in the NCRT and CBSE as well, and also in the National Education Policy. We have also seen what are these 17 SDGs and how easily and in very minute small steps how you can include these SDGs into your school curriculum by taking up certain mini projects or by assigning certain interesting activities to the students. We have seen the video related to it.
S.
We have also seen that which particular topics in different subjects can be aligned to SDGs. So we have seen different ideas which comes under which SDG. So we have that alignment or mapping is what we have seen in the last session. And then what is the best approach for integrating SDGs in classroom teaching? We have seen various steps in it. And how can SDGs be integrated across all the subjects? We have seen that how in different subjects you can link different SDG topics to it. And also, why is science education a key driver? Even though there are certain, as you can see, that there were various subjects in which you can align or map these SDGs into, but the first choice is being science, because science, is a foundational subject, and for understanding and solving various global challenges, and also it encourages inquiry-based learning. Then how can SDGs be practically linked to science topics? Even we have seen this particular uh, slide. And how are effective strategies to integrate SDGs within existing curriculum? We have seen various subjects of science, or you could say various concepts in science that could be aligned to various SDGs. And we have also seen certain practical steps which could be taken by the school at a school level by performing certain school events and thematic assemblies, and also how subject wise mapping could be done of SDGs, and also various school clubs which a school can organize, and community projects as well. So we have done till here in the previous session, and we'll be continuing with the next topic, which is being Which CBSE curriculars, guidelines, and programs promote SDG based education? So, teachers and other members, as you can see, there are certain pointers mentioned in this particular slide. So, can anyone tell me about these plans? Have you read about them before? Like the first one being Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Can anyone tell me what is this about?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, someone has started sharing their a mobile or laptop's screen. So, like whatever slides you were showing us earlier, we are not able to see that. The name of person is Suvarna.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry, I haven't seen this. Suvarna Tapkir. Ma'am,
Yes,
can you
ma'am. So
please
stop
stop
sharing
sharing
her.
your screen? Yes, I think it is fine now.
Yes, ma'am. It's nice. Thank you so
Yes.
much, ma'am.
Yes. So till now I have just given a gist about the topics which we have covered in the previous session, and now we are moving forward with the uh, day two of this SDG topic. So I was just asking you that have you read about this first pointer which has been mentioned here, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat? Have you read about it or uh, came across this particular mission before, and what is it about? Yes, I'm just asking generally, in general, that have you heard about this particular term before? Anyone can answer.
Actually, it
No,
is
ma'am.
mentioning
No,
about the
ma'am.
unity. It's about the unity of the India. That's it.
Correct, correct. Anyone else want to speak up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is this
Uh,
about?
Ma'am, this is Devansh Tiwari from Lucknow Public Schools.
Yes.
Ma'am, the aim is to connect the people and the student with cultural things.
Yes, sir. Correct. You're
Yeah,
right.
you. Yeah,
So,
I
Ek
Thank
am
Bharat,
Oman
yes,
Muscat.
ma'am.
Yeah, this is unity in
Mm-hmm.
diversity. It's to bringing
Mm-hmm.
around and making the children aware of different languages spoken in our India.
Correct.
Right. So
Correct,
yeah,
ma'am.
different
Yeah.
languages speaking. So Ek Bharat, Ekta. That is like okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes. Thank you so much for all your inputs. So, as you all have mentioned it, it's about cultural, the cultural diversity which is there in India. We are bringing it into one place, and it's nothing but a cultural exchange which is happening between the students. And in general, it is for all public that they have to know the cultural diversity which is existing in other states as well within India. So, as you can see, it is for strengthening the cultural ties between different states, including the union territories, so that people could know about the traditions, languages, not only languages, but traditions, festivals, food, and even lifestyle as well. So, the main key features of this particular mission is that when they pair a two or more states and union territories together for a cultural exchange, so the schools and colleges, they conduct certain activities so that they could explore each other's culture, art, language, food, and also history. So it will promote mutual understanding and a kind of national integration as well. So it also encourages travel, tourism, and learning regional languages. So this is one of the mission which is launched, and you can say that it promotes national integration, and it is aligned with the SDG 16 and 17. So 16 is all about peace, justice, and 17 is about partnership for various goals. As you can see, this particular mission from the government actually aligns with these particular SDGs. Now coming to the second one, which is about Swachh Bharat campaign activities, I'm really sure that all teachers already know about it, about Swachh Bharat. So it's about cleanliness drives which has been conducted in the community, in schools, colleges, etc. So it is aligned with SDG 6. Then comes the next one, which is Jal Shakti Abhiyan. So can anyone tell me what is it about? Think this is easy to answer. Jal Shakti Abhiyan. Yes,
To save water.
correct.
So there are
Yes.
different techniques that we follow, like rainwater harvesting.
Hmm.
Or nowadays we are reviving the Bauli.
Yes, yes. Yes, correct, ma'am. So, Jal Shakti Abhiyan is something which is launched by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and it is, as ma'am said already, it's about water availability, to save water, to conserve water. Yes, I could see people responding in the chat box. Yes, you're right. So, it's about the main focus areas are, as highlighted before, it's rainwater harvesting, then recharging the groundwater as well. As you can see, that the groundwater levels has been getting depreciated very on a greater pace, on a faster pace. So recharging that groundwater, and also the traditional water bodies which are already there in the rural areas, so reviving them, renovating them. And also afforestation comes into this particular mission, then awareness campaigns on water saving. So all these things actually are related to the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, and as it is related to water, obviously it is aligned with SDG 6, which is all about water. Now coming to the next, which is Pariksha Pe Charcha. Yes, I think even this is quite famous among the education community. Can anyone tell me what is this Pariksha Pe Charcha?
Yes, ma'am. Our honorable Prime Minister has started this.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever any board exam and any type exam comes, so he used to tell the ways how we can remove the stress, how we can score good marks.
Yes. Yes, sir, you're right.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, yeah. So, Pariksha Pe Charcha is again, as it is being said, it is an annual event which is held by the Honorable Prime Minister, where he generally interacts with the students, teachers, and parents about how to mitigate exam stress and how is the student life. Yes, I can see the responses to reduce exam pressure and how to score good marks. Yes, it's correct. So, again, for the student life, how it is going on, how to reduce exam stress and all. So, it's a kind of live interactive session which has been held every year in Delhi. And yeah, this is about this particular event. Then comes Fit India movement. Yes, does anyone want to respond? Say anything about it? Fit India movement.
About the health, so yeah, the India should be caring. Everybody should be knowledgeable about health.
Correct. Yes. Anything to add on Fit India movement? Yes. All right. So, Fit India movement is again, it is a nationwide campaign which is launched by Khelo India, means games. Yes, to increase the use of Indian goods. Not exactly, ma'am. Removes fears, reduce stress. Okay. Yes, it's right. So it's about the importance which is given to the mental wellness as a nationwide campaign. To it is actually for the people to encourage people to adopt a healthy and active lifestyle. So again, it's generally held on National Sports Day every year, as it is the birthday of Major Dhyan Chand, as I think you all know him. And it has been organized by the Ministry of Youth Affairs every year. So it's majorly for encouraging physical fitness and mental well-being. So generally they encourage everyone to have daily physical activity, be it walking, running, yoga, or any kind of exercises. And it's just an I could say an awareness campaign for healthy lifestyle, to avoid lifestyle related diseases. So this is all about Fit India movement. So all these are related to the SDG 3, as we all know, health and well-being. So it is associated with that particular SDG. Yes. Now coming to the next one, which is Seva projects, social empowerment through work, education, and action. Can anyone respond about it? What is this all about? Seva projects. Yes. Did anyone hear this before?
Inculcating the habit of helping and community service among students.
Correct. Yes, to do social work. Yes. Anyone else wants to add on?
Ma'am, to engage them in community services.
Correct.
It's fostering, ma'am, social responsibilities and practical skills by connecting them with the real world.
Right, ma'am. Right. Yes. So Seva projects, as it says, it is about social empowerment through work, education, and action. The name itself tells us what is it all about. So it's a activity-based approach. You can say where student-led initiatives are brought to the front by the CBSE curriculum, so that major focus on is on the social awareness, responsibility, and practical life skills among the students. So it actually has many objectives, be it the empathy building or civic responsibility, self-reliance, and also community service, as someone has said. And majorly the types of seva projects which are available are like social service, whether when schools organize visiting orphanages or any old age homes, okay, helping differently abled people. So all these comes under seva projects. Especially we have where schools, when they organize cleanliness drives or awareness on nutrition or first aid, how to make a first aid kit. So all these comes under health and hygiene sector. Then there are certain projects on environmental protection as well, be it tree plantation or plastic free campaigns held in a community, or water conservation drives. All these are related to environmental protection. Then there are certain campaigns on literacy as well, like peer teaching or helping younger children with adults. So when elder students are sent to the younger classes to teach these younger students, so that is kind of comes under literacy campaign. Then disaster response training as well, like when they teach about disaster preparedness to the students. So certain role play kind of activities when they are held about how to be prepared for certain disasters. So all these comes under seva projects. There is something called digital literacy as well, where teaching basic technology skills to the underprivileged people. So even that comes under seva projects. So all these projects, as you can see, there are various dimensions within them. So they can be aligned to all the SDGs, SDGs 1 to 7, based on SDGs 1 to 17, based on what kind of activity or initiative or campaign you're organizing. So I think there's a question. Just let me check. As a social work, teaching the illiterate, yes, how to maintain health and hygiene. So again, cleanliness drives which are being held by the schools. So that comes under maintaining hygiene. So that is one way you can say where health and hygiene comes under this seva projects. So moving forward, skill education subjects. So is anyone aware of this skill education subjects? What is this about in the CBSE curriculum?
Ma'am, the skill education subjects are basically it helps the learner like with some practical abilities which they can apply in their real life situations.
Mm-hmm.
It can be anything. I mean, it can be the technical or soft skills or whatever it includes. That will help them to even for their employability and also for their personal development.
Yes, yes, ma'am, you're right. So, does anyone want to give any more examples of skill education subjects available to us? Yes, in any of the grades, as few are already mentioned in on the slide. So, any more inputs you want to give about the skill education subjects available to us? Yes.
Innovative apparatus or any like in science I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
design some experiments, some activities or some models,
Mm-hmm.
near future that will help them to fetch their skills in I mean develop their scientific temperament.
Correct, correct. Thank you for your inputs, ma'am. So there are various subjects available skill in the skill education.
Ma'am,
Be it
I have a question here. Home science will also come under it, like cookeries or fashion. I mean, there are some schools who are even opting various skill-based education, like I mean, subjects like
hmm,
photography, then
hmm,
gardening, and
hmm,
then we have art and craft is part of the curriculum.
hmm,
apart from that, like photography, all these things are also added up these days.
Yes, yes, they are added. Home science can also be a skill education, ma'am, because it's not a traditional subjects which we generally learn in classroom. So
Mhm.
it can be a skill education subject. So
Okay.
other than that, especially for the middle school, we have something called artificial intelligence, AI, financial literacy is there, coding is there,
Mhm.
and even the handicrafts. Agriculture can also be a skill-based education. Then health and wellness, design thinking, as you have said, marketing. Then generally for higher grades, we have information technology, IT, about retail, automotive, beauty and wellness, then apparel, media.
Yeah, ma'am,
Uh, yes.
like in our school, we had even in the recent past, the students were exposed with the robotics.
Yes,
And,
robotics,
yeah, and then this one, what is that? Robotics and what is, I'm just unable.
mass media,
Yeah, journalism.
journalism. Yes, mass media.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, that would be also a part of, the maybe if some kids and all they are good in those skills can get
Hmm.
a kind of a
Hmm.
career count, I mean, opportunity.
Correct. Correct. Yes. So other than that, we also have banking and insurance, then medical diagnostics. All these are again skill education subjects. So all these can be aligned to various SDGs, be it 4, 8, 9, etc. So moving forward, what are the common challenges in implementing SDG education and how can we overcome them? So, we have seen various ways how we can align SDGs to our curriculum, but again, it's not that easy as it has been stated. There are certain challenges with respect to it that when you sit and start mapping these SDGs to various concepts, again, there are certain limitations which are there. As you can see on the slide, limited time, so integrating all the SDGs into the syllabus that requires a separate amount of time which you need to give for it. Then again, teacher capacity is again an issue. Yes, Umang Bharadwaj, you have raised your hand. Is anything you want to say? All right, we'll move forward. So, abstract SDG terms, that is, localize the content with relatable examples. Giving relatable examples when there is a particular, confined concept with us, and when you need to give relatable examples to it, and there you need to integrate SDG is something which is difficult. And assessment pressure also, that how you include these SDG tasks, how are you going to evaluate the students, is again one of the issue generally teachers face while teaching the students. So, I would like to show you that, especially when it comes to next science books, we have integrated projects in it for every chapter. And within these projects, you can see that how we are aligned to the SDGs. Sometimes multiple SDGs are aligned to one single um, project. So, think my screen. Just a minute, I'm sharing the screen again. Okay. Yes. So we are going to see how the projects which are there in our next science books are aligned to SDGs, and how we have done that is what you're going to see in this particular session today, especially. So as you can see here that I have taken the screenshot of one particular project which is in the grade 6 chapter 1, Wonderful World of Science, and the project title being analysis of storage methods for perishable food items. So as you can see here, there is a screenshot which is given for the project. We follow certain pattern of project which we give in terms of the starting of the project will be data collection, where students either use internet resources or they themselves go to the locality which has been mentioned in the project and they themselves collect data. Uh, or and after that they need to validate that particular data which they have collected from multiple sources, and they are going to analyze it, and finally they derive a learning outcome of it. So this is the general format of all the projects which we follow. As you can see here, this particular project, we are saying that it is aligned to SDG 2 and 3. So I'll just tell you the basic of just about what is there in this particular project. So this project generally, in general, it explores the different storage methods which is used by farmers in order to store their fruits and vegetables which are there with them. So it is related to the food security, because food security is also one particular issue wherein whatever the produce which we obtain in general from the I could say from the agricultural industry, not industry as such but agricultural field, so that needs to be preserved in proper way. There has to the food has to be secured enough so that it would reach to the actual customers, so that food security needs to be there. So that is how you can see this particular project about storage methods will be aligned to a component called food security, which is under SDG 2. Okay, so SDG 2 is all about zero hunger. So this somehow it contributes to the main SDG goal of zero hunger. Then additionally, this is something related to food, well-being of food, how preserved foods, because again, spoilage of food could lead to health issues. So this is preventing the unhealthy lifestyle, or not lifestyle but unhealthy food consumption. So that is how it is supporting healthy living, and we are addressing it through SDG goal number 3, which is nothing but good health and well-being. So this project is aligned to both of these SDGs. So I hope everyone is with me. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we
Thank
are
you.
with you.
Thank you for the confirmation.
Yes, yes, we are with you.
Yes, so let's see a few examples like these.
Yes, ma'am.
uh, Yeah. So let's see a few other examples like these. As you can see on your screen, there's a project which is from grade 7, chapter 8, reproduction in plants. So the project title here is Analysis of Vegetative Propagation and Sexual Reproduction Method for Plant Breeding. So this particular project, we are saying that it is aligned to SDG 2 and SDG 15, that is life on land. So how is it so? This SDG 2, as we have already seen, that it belongs, it's nothing but it addresses zero hunger, and SDG 15, which is life on land, these are since this project is all about plant breeding techniques and how vegetative propagation is generally taken place in nurseries. So this project helps in improving agricultural productivity, because the more the breeding is good, the more the efficient the breeding techniques are, the more will be the food produce, if it is related to the um, food related crops we are talking about. So agricultural productivity will improve, then there is a reduction in the I could say the hunger problem which is there in the on the global arena. Then food security is also being addressed here, and also biodiversity conservation, because all this further will lead to conservation as well, because we are talking about breeding techniques where genes it's associated with the genes, and sometimes it is that the wild variety needs to be preserved. So even though there are a lot of breeding techniques or cross genetic exchange which is being done, but the wild variety always needs to be preserved. So that's how you are conserving the biodiversity as well. So somehow some ways they'll also be introduced this particular concept. So that is how we can say this particular project is aligned with these two SDGs. Moving forward, there is another project which is taken from grade 6 chapter 3, which is mindful eating. So this particular project is all about exploring the diet plans for different health conditions. So what students do in this particular project is that they'll go to people who are going through different health conditions, be it the diabetic patient or BP patient, blood pressure patient, or someone who is facing thyroid issues, or be it a pregnant woman or a person who has undergone a heart surgery, etc. So they'll go to these people, they will collect their diet plan, that what is the general diet they consume in detail. So when they consume this diet plan, then they're going to validate this particular data, that how much calories they are consuming per day, and they're going to draw a graph out of it. So here, when they are assessing the diet plan of various individuals who are suffering from various health conditions, what we are trying to instigate within the students is that how this diet plan is very essential, that everyone doesn't have the same diet plan. It always depends on the health conditions they are facing. So we are promoting healthy eating to them, that what kind of food they need to consume when generally this particular health condition if they are suffering from. And it generally highlights the overall well-being of the students. So it is aligned with SDG number 3, which is nothing but health and well-being. So this was all about the this particular project. Now let's discuss more projects like this. As you can see on the screen, it's again from grade 6, which is chapter 10, Living Creatures, exploring their characteristics. You can say that in this particular chapter, there are concepts related to the characteristics of living and non-living things, then various life cycles of organisms, etc. So we are also discussing a topic of life cycle of mosquitoes and how to control mosquito breeding in this particular chapter. So this particular project, if we talk about, it is all about investigation of mosquito-borne diseases in their community or on the internet, wherever they choose their particular state, if any area from their particular state, and they are going to assess how much is the mosquito borne diseases spread in that particular area, what is the statistics, etc. So here you can say that we are aligning this project to SDG number 3. Can anyone tell me why SDG number 3 for this project? Yes. So this project is all about mosquito-borne diseases, investigation related to it, collecting data related to this particular diseases. We all know what are these, generally malaria and dengue. So can anyone tell me how it is aligned with SDG 3, that is good health and well-being? Yes, can I get a response?
Because SDG goal is focusing on health and wellness
Yes,
among 17 SDG goals.
yes.
Yeah, when they do certain activities like investigation of mosquito-borne diseases, as you already mentioned about dengue and malaria, right?
Hmm.
So, like some of them may even go fatal also if not treated at a initial level. So,
Hmm.
these kind of activities or exploring these kind of activities will be aligning with SDG 3 well, because that will in a way help them about their health, their wellness, and their well-being, right,
Correct.
ma'am?
Correct, correct. Thank you, Sunita ma'am. I need not explain this again because you have explained it very well. So, as ma'am has already said that since we are discussing about our health when it comes to discussion about diseases itself, in a way you are discussing about public health, our health and well-being, disease reduction, etc. So this is how it is aligned with this particular SDG. So moving forward, project aligned to SDG 3, which is one of the project, as you can see on the screen, it is from grade 7, chapter 2, which is nutrition in animals. So the project is about analysis of reduced health risk from a recommended diet. So here you can see in this project, it's all about data collection, where again they collect data health, which is related to health concerns faced by different people in their neighborhood or in their home, and what is the nutritional diet they are following currently, and what is the recommended diet for them, and how much duration it takes to see the observable changes because of a change in the diet. Okay, so and also they are going to draw a graph out of it. They're going to interpolate a graph, extrapolate a graph, and see that how much change has taken place in their particular health condition because of the change in the diet. So this is again, as discussed earlier, this is something related to the diet. So it is also related to the health of a person, health benefits related to the recommended diet, and also for the um well-being of the person. So it is all about SDG 3. Again, there is another project which is from chapter 4 of grade 7, that is acid bases and salts. So this project is about exploring acid bases and salts in medications and home remedies. So this chapter introduces the students to the concept of acid bases their characteristics and different examples: salt neutralization reaction. I hope all the science teachers know already these concepts. So the project here is all about the different home remedies which are available to us. Okay, and what is its composition? The student needs to check out the composition of the medicines which they are using when there is a particular discomfort which they face, like when it comes to stomach acidity, as it is given already in the example, that the medicine which we generally use is Digene tablet, right? So they need to check the composition of it, and out of those composition which has been mentioned, which of them is an acid, base, or salt, they need to recognize them. Okay, and later on they need to check various home remedies as well in the similar format. They need to check various substances, what is the chemical property of it, whether it is an acid, base, or salt, and also how it is comforting them. So this is all about this particular project. So since we are dealing with the discomfort of the person, be it any different, any health condition, or we are somewhat aligning it to the home remedies related to the health. Again, it is aligned with the SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. So that is how we have mapped this project to this SDG. Now, again, there are so many SDGs, I mean, so many projects which are aligned to SDG 3, especially when it comes to biology subject. You can say majorly they are aligned to this particular SDG. And here there's another chapter, which is again a biology chapter under grade 7, that is transportation in animals and plants. So this chapter actually deals with concepts of the excretory system, circulatory system, etc., and also how the transportation takes place in plants with respect to the xylem and phloem. So all these concepts are discussed. So the project here is about exploring dialysis, its necessity, and its impact on patient lives. So in this chapter, they are learning about this dialysis for the first time. They are learning what is this process about and why is it essential. So in this particular project, we are asking students to research upon this dialysis issue and the different hemodialysis centers around them. Okay, they need to go to that particular area and collect certain data. They can also go to digital media if there is no hemodialysis centers near them, and they can collect information related to the number of centers in their particular locality, how many patients are visiting each day, and how is the treatment going on, what is the frequency of dialysis for these patients, how it is impacting their life, etc. So this is all again about better healthcare facility and improved quality of life. Hence, it is aligned with SDG 3. So this is how the alignment is for this particular project. Moving forward, now we have moved on to the next SDG, which is 4, that is quality education. Now, this particular project is taken from grade 6, that is chapter 4, exploring magnets. So this chapter is all about magnets and the magnetic property of various materials, and this project is about narrative storytelling with magnets. So in this particular project, what students do is they're going to take different magnets, they're going to make certain models, and they're going to do storytelling using these models, because you can see that when north pole and north pole comes together, they repel. North and south, the opposite poles, when they come together, they attract. So using these properties, they are going to move the characters which they have built, and they're going to story tell. Okay, this is something very interesting for the students to do as well. So we are simplifying the learning by fun activities. So in this way, you are in turn supporting the quality education. So that is how it is aligned with SDG 4. So I think everyone is with me and agrees with whatever I say. Is there anything you want to add on? Yes, thank you. Thank you for the response. Moving forward, now this is another project which we are, as you can see on the screen, this is taken from chapter 13 of grade 8. So this is a light chapter. So here you learn about various properties of light and various characteristics, reflection, refraction. So all these concepts generally come under this particular chapter. So project title here is exploring the creation of animations and sound in an animation studio. So as you can see, there is digital revolution everywhere. So this chapter also aligns with the concept of sound. So here you can see it is all about animation technology, how it works. So they are going to go to this animation studios, okay, and they're going to see what is a traditional hand drawn animations looks like, okay. And how they are going to what are the materials which are being used in making these particular animations, and how do they do the frame rate. So as you can see, building an animation or a video, it requires various n number of images. When these n number of images come together, then only an animation is produced or a video is produced. So these frame rate, how, what is the speed of this particular frame change, is what they're going to collect the data about it in these particular studios. And they're going to also analyze the sound production, that how the sound effect is being produced in these animation studios. So all these you can say again, when they go across all these things, when they go to places and get this information, we are enhancing the quality education, we are giving a better education to the students, we are giving an innovative mindset to them, and we are giving some information to them, a channel for them, and introducing them to the creative industry. Okay, and also since creativity or industry or innovation, all these comes under SDG 9, that is how it is aligned with SDG 9, because animation itself is a separate industry altogether. So we are introducing the students to that particular field. So it is aligned with SDG 4 and SDG 9. Moving forward, another project that is from grade 6, chapter 8, A Journey Through States of Water. So the chapter name itself conveys it's all about the different states of water, and be it the water cycle, and there are various other concepts in this particular chapter. So what we are going to see is the project which is on exploring factors influencing evaporation in water bodies. So what students are going to do in this project is they'll visit any local water body near to them. They're going to observe how water evaporation is taking place on a large scale. Okay, so that information they will get from this particular area, how different environmental factors is affecting it, and they how do they get such information, because visiting a local body just for scenic beauty also is one factor you can say, but how they get such relevant information from them is they need to interact with certain local experts present there, any water resource manager or any farmers nearby. If not, they can collect it from the internet as well. So when they get some idea about the different water bodies at different areas, so they can easily relate it to the water body which they are they want to look at. So on also data analysis, they're going to get information about how much water is stored an year ago and at the day of the visit, and what are the various factors which is affecting this particular, or which has an impact on this particular thing. So this project is all about evaporation, as you can see. So again, it's very easy, as you can say that it's all about water, so it is mapped with SDG 6, which is clean water and sanitation, because we are talking about something called as water scarcity, because more the evaporation, there will be less amount of water available in the water body, again that will lead to water scarcity. So we are addressing this particular issue here, hence it is related to SDG 6. Coming to the next project, which is again from grade 6, chapter 9, which is methods of separation. So here the students are going to I mean explore a wastewater treatment plant, because in this chapter they are learning various separation techniques, and this separation techniques are also used in the treatment of wastewater. So how water purification is done in these particular treatment plants is what they are going to analyze. So they'll collect information related to the separation method which is being used, what is the setup which is used in these plants, what is the separating principle, okay, what is the working principle behind that particular technique, and where what are the other applications of it. So all this information will be gathered by the student in this particular project. So we are talking about water again, as that's quite evident from this particular project that it's again about water. And also some a crucial thing which we are addressing here is providing clean and safe water through this treatment plant. So this somewhat drives us towards sustainable water management, because more the, or you could say proper the water management is, more easily the public will get the clean and safe water to their homes. So this is again aligned with SDG 6. Again, coming to the next project, which is project aligned to SDG 7. So before I explain this myself, I just want one of you to address this particular project. As you can see it on the slide, um, can you tell what is this all about and how it is aligned with SDG 7? It is mentioned in the slide that it is aligned with 7. Can anyone tell me how? Yes, please go through it. And let me know that how this particular project is aligned with SDG 7. Yes, can I get responses?
Ma'am, as we are
Non-polluting
talking
source
about,
of energy.
Sorry, ma'am, can you repeat, please?
Non-polluting source of energy.
Yes, yes, correct. Anyone else?
ma'am, as we talk about sustainable development, so here the project title, which it says about the energy efficiency of the renewable sources.
Ma'am, through this project, I think that the students can also learn about the air quality index, which is falling gradually day after day. So, through that, it will also focus on the clean source which they can use efficiently. Then, reduction of population, because by efficiently using the energy, by reducing individual vehicles and using more of public transport, there also the like percentage of pollution can be reduced. In that way we can uh, consume less of the natural resources that we have. So I think this is a very subjective matter where the students can connect or join many points together, not only one single matter.
Yes, ma'am. So you can always give add-ons to the students that how this project is important, and you can give, as you have already said that using multiple vehicles for one particular house, like if there are four family members, when you use four different vehicles, that will actually lead to a lot of energy consumption, and especially the fossil fuels. So these particular add-ons you can always give to any project, and you can actually build this interest towards students that how they can contribute as a person in this particular global issues. So coming to this one particular project, as you can see it on the screen, so it talks about different energy sources. Like we have taken various locations, what is the renewable energy source which has been used there, what is the energy output of it, and what are the challenges, because again renewable, everyone says that we need to shift towards renewable energy sources, but it is not that easy, because the amount of expenditure is very high when it comes to this particular renewable energy sources, be it solar or wind power. It is not that easy to say, and sometimes again weather issues, especially when it comes to solar energy, in rainy season it might be not that efficient compared to the usage of non-renewable energy sources. So all these challenges do exist, so knowing those challenges again is very important for the students. And again, better operational conditions, when do they operate well? Okay, so all these data they are going to analyze, they draw a bar graph out of it, and they'll get some learning outcome out of it. So since we are all discussing about clean energy or affordable energy, this particular project is aligned with SDG 7, which talks about clean energy. Now coming to the next project, which is taken from chapter 3, heat, of grade 7. So this project is all about exploring the setup of a solar power plant and its energy efficiency. So we, as I have already addressed this about solar power plants. So this heat chapter deals with various concepts under heat, like convection and conduction, radiation, etc. So students also need to know a practical application of this particular concept. So that is the reason we have given this particular project for them, which deals with the solar power plants. What is the financial requirement for it? Because that's the main key issue. Because with unless and until you know how much expenditure you're going to spend on having these things in your locality, you don't generally go forward with it. So if it is really high, you never wish to have that thing with you. So financial requirement, what is the land requirement, how much land is required, and area for the single plate, total number of solar plates they require for that particular area they want to have it for. Can you please mute yourself? uh, L Vasundara, I guess. Yes, thank you so much. So, yes, so they're going to collect all the data about how much power is being produced in the solar plates, how much it is produced in a day, uh, in a month, and in a day. So, this particular project, again, since we are talking about clean energy, it is aligned with SDG 7. And coming to the next project, which is from chapter 10, electric current and its effects. So this chapter has a project called investigation of electric power generation consumption and reduction methods. So it's all about how much electricity is being generated, or how much electricity is being consumed at their home per month, per day, how much units consumption is being done, and how they can reduce it. So it generally focuses on those areas. So especially since we are dealing with something called as sustainable energy generation, and also how efficient consumption it has to be, that how less we consume the energy, the hence it is related with SDG 7 and SDG 12, because 12 talks about responsible consumption and production of resources. So we have aligned this particular project to it. Coming to the next one, which is about temperature and its measurement chapter, which is in grade 6. So again, it is all about analysis of heat shields, their materials and their purpose. So can anyone tell me what are these heat shields? Have you heard this before? There are various equipments in which heat shields are used. Yes? Anyone aware of this particular term, heat shield? Or what could be its function? I would be fine with guesses.
Blocking of heat.
Yes, ma'am. Blocking of heat. Any specific equipments or any material where the heat shields are used?
Umbrellas, then we use even our creams, what we use.
Okay, sunscreen you're talking about.
Sunscreen, umbrellas, then we use caps.
Yes, yes, correct. Anyone else wants to add on?
Hello. Can trees also
Yes.
act as heat shields?
Sorry,
Hello,
ma'am, I didn't get you. Yes.
ma'am, it can be heat sinks used in those substances where excessive heat is generated.
Okay. Like any example?
Especially when we design electronic circuits where
Hmm.
excessive heat is produced, so we can use these heat sinks to dissipate extra heat.
Oh, yes, yes, correct, ma'am. Got it. Thank
Hmm.
you. Anyone wants to add on? Sridevi, ma'am, you were saying something?
Yeah, we are using at homes. We are when we're using the utensils, to hold that, we hold a we use some materials. No, that one I said, or
Okay,
we
the
use
handles
some
of,
yeah,
yeah, got it.
handles. Yeah,
The plastic handles.
hum.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What
So
I said was, can trees also act as shields?
trees can
Trees.
give us shade, not exactly as heat shields. We do not use it for resisting heat, right? It's just to get the shade from the trees. We can, that's how trees are helpful to us. Yes. Anyone wants to contradict this statement or any add-ons on this? Trees being used as heat shields?
Ma'am, it's like part of the nature, whereas heat shields are man-made,
Hmm.
basically protecting from the hot air and can be used in vehicles or spacecrafts.
Hmm. Yes, yes. So as again here in the screen itself, you can see that manufacturing units like cars use something called as fiberglass. So that acts as a heat shield. And as engine compartment of vehicles also, especially to protect the electrical components which are there in the engines, these heat shields are used to resist that production of high temperature. These heat shields are used. So there are various in industries where these materials are used to block the heat. Okay, so it is all again about industries, the various innovation of various uh, new equipments like this. Heat shield is not new right now, but you can say that whenever something new material comes up, so this again helps in, or you can say leads to innovation. So that comes under this particular SDG, that is industry innovation and infrastructure, because we are talking about materials in materials exactly, be the heat shield being a material and crucial for advancement in technology. It is also used in transportation, as you can see in the car industry and infrastructure. So this is how this particular SDG is aligned to this project. Moving forward, this is again chapter 12, Beyond Earth. So this project is all about the space, about solar system, different stars, constellations, etc. So the project which is given here in this particular chapter is exploring space observatory setup and telescope types. So here in this project, what we do is that they are going to go visit these observatories if it is nearby. They're going to observe, study stars, planets, and galaxies in a night sky using the various telescopes. So that could be done if it is near to their locality. If not, they can always use up internet and analyze the images which are available to them in the official websites, that how these stars looks like in different days. And the planets, as you can see that on some days we can actually observe certain planets which are not available on every day. So these particular planets they can observe. And what is the reason for this clear visualization of these particular planetary objects is, again, they need to make a note of it, and also they need to collect some information about the types of telescopes which are available. What is the latest telescope which is being used, whether by our ISRO or be it the NASA, and what are their roles, how is it different, and what is the cost of these particular telescopes. And again, data analysis related to it, that how is one better than the other, and how one particular telescope helps in particular kind of research on which none other telescopes can be used. So these kind of information is what students are going to get about. So again, this is all about space technology and or you could say space research. This is related to one particular industry as such. So it is aligned with SDG 9, which talks about industry innovation and infrastructure. Moving forward, this again project is from grade 7, chapter 6, which is respiration in organisms. So as the name suggests, this chapter talks about the respiratory system in humans and various organisms, etc. So this project here, which is given on the screen, it's about investigation of respiratory ailments and how it is connected to the air quality. So they are going to get information about different people around them, what is their age, what is the respiratory trouble they are facing from, what are the symptoms, and also how severe is these symptoms to them. So after collecting this information, they are also going to record certain crucial information using a respirometer. So generally people who suffer from respiratory trouble, they do have this respirometer with them, and they, if not, this is easily available in the diagnostic centers, or you could say in the medical shops. They can easily get this particular equipment and get certain information like what is the rate of inhalation and exhalation per minute for those individuals, and what remedies, or you can say what kind of lifestyle are they following, if they are doing meditation daily, or if they are practicing yoga or doing certain kind of exercises. So they're going to get all these information from them and are going to do some data analysis of it, and later they need to spread the awareness about how air quality is essential, because it all depends on the kind of place you stay, what is the quality of air in that particular area, etc. So this is all about this particular project. So as you can see, it's all about health, respiratory ailments. So it is aligned with SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. And other than that, since we are talking about air quality is something very crucial, which has to be managed properly in order to have a sustainable cities, because as you all know already that in the Neeti ma'am, do you want to add anything? Yes, you have raised your hand. Oh, okay. Okay. So, as you can see, the air quality generally depreciates when you go to cities and second tier cities, etc., and not much in the rural areas when it comes to the depreciation in air quality. So, uh, air quality, again, to have it in a good, I mean in a good level, that generally is will in turn lead to something called as sustainable cities, because to have a healthy and thriving city, the air quality needs to be maintained. So this particular aspect is how where we have connected it to the SDG 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. So improving air quality is one of the emphasis when you say when you build a sustainable city. Now coming to the next, which is about chapter 9 of grade 7, that is motion and time. So this chapter talks about types of motion, if I could recall, and analysis of factors for setting speed limits and just a minute, speed limits and speed measuring devices. So this chapter the students learn about speed, velocity and other concepts, and also types of motion. So there's a project which is given here about the speed limits which has been aligned. So as you can see here in the screen, that the various factors which actually are important when it comes to setting up speed limits. As you can see that various areas have different speed limits. It's not always the same. So why is it so? There must be some factor which is influencing that speed limit in that area. So the students need to analyze what are these factors and how they are essential. So for example, here you can see the type of the road. Okay, like highways generally they have high speed limits because there are no any other infrastructure, as you can see, whether it be a school or any government body, etc., near to the highways. So that is the reason the speed limit generally is high, because there is no obstruction for the vehicles as such. Whereas local roads, when you see, the speed limit will be low, because in the local areas you can see various institutes around, and there is lot of mobility of the people. So sorry, mobility of the people, so it is essential for the speed limit to be low. And there could be many things like that. Could be presence of pedestrian crossing. If there is a pedestrian crossing, speed limit will be low in that area. The type of development of the road, safety, various other safety considerations, etc. So they need to analyze all these factors, and they're going to see certain unique scenarios, like if for example, as you can see here, the highways and expressway, what is the speed limit in general, and what is the instrument which is used to check the speed limit. Okay, and also the measuring method, that what is the principle behind using that particular instrument, so they need to analyze on that. So all these, and also the major safety measures which everyone needs to follow when they are on road. So all these kind of information is what students are going to look into in this particular project. So since it's all about maintenance on the road, because you can see that all the speed measuring devices are something related to the road safety. Okay, so road safety, reducing accidents, it's all about a certain criteria of sustainable cities. So that is how safer transportation system, logistics, all these are related to the you can say sustainability. Hence it is aligned with SDG 11, that is sustainable cities and communities. Moving forward, there is this another project here on the screen, which is chapters from the chapter 6 of grade 6, materials around us. So in this chapter, they talk about various materials, their properties, as you can see, hard and soft, or based on texture, etc. So there are various criteria on which they have segregated materials into. So all that is there in this particular chapter. So I'm sorry. So in this particular project, if you see, it is all about investigation of materials used in kitchen crockery manufacturing. So as you can see, even in your household, you use various materials of crockery, right? There is not always one particular material you use every time. You use various material, be it porcelain, or you can use steel or aluminium, copper, etc. So they are going to analyze all these materials. Okay, so that how they are, what are their properties? They, just a minute. Okay, so I'll continue. So they're going to note down the various characteristics of these materials, be it the brittleness, durability, co-friendliness, etc. And they are going to finally decide, after all these analysis or research they are doing upon, they are going to analyze that which is the best crockery material according to them. Okay, they are going to use multiple resources and they're going to come to this particular conclusion. So since this is all about responsible consumption, because certain materials are not good for the health as well, and not good for the environment as well, so this is something they'll do next whenever they go as a consumer and get these products related to the kitchen. So they will have that thing in their mind that, okay, this material is not good, I shouldn't be taking this particular product to home. So that's how it will lead to responsible consumption and also production as well. So evaluating these materials will lead to, as I said, responsible consumption. It will be mapped to the SDG 12, which is responsible consumption. Coming to the next project, we are almost at the end. Please bear with me. So grade 7, chapter 5, which is physical and chemical changes. So as the name itself is suggesting, yes, so as the name itself is suggesting, it's about all the physical and chemical changes um, around the students around them, and what are their properties, how they're different from each other, etc. is what they're dealing in this particular chapter. And the project title is examining various physical and chemical changes, their causes, effects, and prevention methods. So as you can see here that they're going to analyze various changes around themselves. They're going to look for example, we have given a very simple example which they always see in their surroundings, that is rusting of iron. So what kind of change it is and how it is, why it is so, like if they have classified it as a chemical change, why is it a chemical change, and then what is the cause of it, what is the effect of it, and how that can be prevented. So they're going to get all this information and they're going to derive a learning outcome out of it. So this is this particular project all about. So
Good evening, ma'am.
good evening.
I'm sorry for disturbing.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I wanted to know the link. By that we can generate the certificate.
Uh, okay. So, shall we talk about certificates, sir, after the end of the session, if you don't mind?
Yes, ma'am. No issue. Please continue, ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, sure, sure. Thank you. So, this project is all about it, and since we are talking about the different materials, the kind of changes happening in them, so this will be related to the harmful effects on resources, because the changes whenever they happen to any material, that could not always good. I could say a good change, because for example, the rusting of iron, if we take, it's not good for the industry. Wherever the materials used in them gets rusted, the equipments or the major machines, if they get rusted, that is going to hit the economy of that particular industry or to that particular company. So that is not good. So it is related to the responsible production, I could say, because there are various preventive measures which a company can take to prevent the rusting of the machinery. So all this is related to the production, hence it is related to SDG 12. Now coming to the next project, which is, let's move on. Yeah, establishment of green roofs. So this is again related to chapter 1, which is crop production and management. So again, I would like to ask anyone of you, can you please tell me what is this project about? There's a screenshot of it on the screen. Can you just go through it on brief and tell me what is it all about? Yes, any responses?
Ma'am, it is all about growing crops and what all ingredients they are using to make their crops more productive.
Yes,
They
yes.
use those strategies and this what we can say, fertilizers and manure to
Hmm.
increase their crop production more.
Correct, correct, ma'am. So, since this chapter deals with the agriculture, there are various steps in agriculture and farming. So, that is the reason we have given a project something like this, where they know about green roofs, because many students don't know that there are various establishments nowadays, especially in the cities, that these green roofs are built. That, especially in the terrace area, they built this particular greenery. You can say. An area where they grow various plants. They kind of build a mini garden kind of thing on their terraces. So this is again a way they are developing sustainable cities, because since there is a lot of, could say, less greenery in cities, so that is the reason, at least on the buildings, they are building these green roofs to compensate for that. So that is the reason we have given this introduction for the students to this particular aspect about green roofs, and how to build. Then, as Harsha ma'am already told, that it's all about the various steps in the agriculture and how they can do these particular steps
Ma'am, it is
and
like
build a
kitchen
green roof.
garden also, na?
Yes, ma'am.
It is like kitchen garden also,
Yeah,
na?
kitchen
Nowadays
garden.
people,
Yes,
they
yes.
are preparing their own kitchen garden on roofs and
Hmm. So
crop
kitchen garden
rotations.
and yes, as you said, kitchen garden is something which is done individually at a home level, but green roofs is something which is built by an community, not community as such, but when you say a gated community, so they build
It
these
is like
rooftops or any corporates.
according to season they used to do crop production, na? Crop rotations.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes, correct. So generally, these corporates and the gated communities, they have come across this idea of green roofs, where they built these a large area of garden on the terraces. So this project is all about it, and since it's all about urban development and improved air quality also, as you all know that when there is a lot of greenery around us, obviously the quality of the air will improve. So again, related to it, and reducing urban heat and also help mitigating the climate change. So it's all related to climate action as well. So it is mapped with SDG 11, which is sustainable cities, and SDG 13, which is on the climate action. Coming to the next project, which is related to the chapter 2, which is diversity in the living world, where students know about various habitat and adaptations. So aquatic habitat is something which is focused here, that exploring aquatic life in aquarium versus the natural habitat. So in this project, what students do is they are going to visit an aquarium store. Okay, so they'll talk with the storekeeper about various types of fishes which is available in that store, and what kind of feed is given to them, how the feed differ from fish to fish, and what is the conditions. Yes, what is the conditions in which these fishes are kept, and what is the compatibility with other fish? Because this is something interesting which I have seen personally also, that maintaining in an aquarium, like you cannot keep always all the types of fishes together. Like there are sometimes certain fish species which does not go with another fish type, so they kill each other and they die. So that sometimes happens. So that compatibility also the students can ask the storekeeper that how if these certain fishes can be kept together or not, and what is the survival rate of the fish, how many days or months it survives, etc., and how it is different from the natural aquatic habitat, that how the conditions differ between artificial or natural habitat. So that is what they're going to analyze in this. So since it's all about aquatic environment, or I could say life below water, it is mapped to SDG 14. Now coming to the next, which is chapter 5, that is measurement of length and motion. So this topic is all about measurement, and the project here is application of various measurement units for land area calculation. So we all know that there are various units of measurement when it comes to land, especially in the local languages. If you see that certain area of land is called with a particular term in one particular area, and it is called something else in some other place. So for example, in English here it is given as 1 yard. Sometimes they call it as acre, and the stand it differs with the standard unit, that how much we are trying to convey here, the amount of unit. So they are going to collect information about these non-standardized units, and how much does it actually convey, what is the measurement of it. And they are also going to analyze or get information about various ancient measuring methods as well. So this project is all about measurement. So since it's all about measurement, and again this measurement is something which connects with resource allocation, because you're measuring the land, sometimes the land of your own, where it will be decided that how much resource as a land as a resource is allocated to your particular family. So that resource allocation is what they're going to learn, and how land degradation can be prevented. So that is something extra which you can give as an input, and promote responsible land use. So all this is about life on land, hence it is mapped to SDG 15. So we are almost at the end. So moving to this particular project, it is of chapter 1, nutrition in plants. So inspection of different soil replenishment techniques. So this actually this is something related to the previous projects which we have seen, where we are talking, no, this is again something new. This is all about soil replenishment techniques. So the way the soil can be replenished, there are various methods of it, be it adding the compost or crop rotation, as one of the person from the, I mean, from one of you has told me about crop rotations. That is again one of the soil replenishment techniques. So what are the various techniques used by farmers around your particular area? They can collect that information, then how it is they can check the growth with respect to each of this method. When they use when they grow a particular plant at their home, use this particular techniques and analyze the growth of that plant. So practically they are doing it and getting the information. So this is again related to life on land. Yes, any inputs, ma'am? All right. So I would like to thank all of you for attending this particular session. I hope it was informative and you could implement whatever you have learned in this particular webinar series into your teaching. As you can see that even it was said earlier in the previous session that how this SDG is, you can say, a very serious issue because it has been launched like 10 years ago. In 2015, it was signed by the UN countries.